Welcome everyone, it is Unstoppable Stolatzi with yet another Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition Casa game. So, we got ourselves another one of those 1 versus 1 death matches today between the British and the Chinese. So, before we get started, let's check out the mappy real quick to see what's going to happen geographically here. So, just like the last deathmatch 1v1 we did, we got lots of snow and ice on it. And just like in the last deathmatch, you cannot build on these little ice patches, right? Just go trying to build a giant 20-story building on top of an ice sheet. That's going to go really well for you. Be lucky if you don't fall through the ice yourself. It just doesn't work out very good for you. So other than those little ice patches you can't build on, you got this little windy little set of 2 trade routes here. Also on the exterior in these sections you got some natives. Some House of Oldenburg natives. So lots of anti-skirms as well as the Northern Musketeers. So let's get started and see how this turns out, shall we? Alright then, so China. We've seen Eliyah go China quite a bit lately. Not only in the treaty game, but also in a lot of the recent death matches as well. So we'll see how Eliyah's China does here. First thing is first, get your sentries and your regulars out first. These are going to be sort of your initial attack dog units to annoy the enemy with. One disadvantage you got against British is, British are a European civ, so they can get access to mercantilism. And look at all the wonderful magical cards are going to start out again now as a result of that. So they're actually going to start out with House of Tudor. This is so they can basically construct these houses really quickly here and get all the free villas from it right away. Normally, as a player in Deathmatch, you focus first on building a lot of your town centers to get those villages out, but as the British, of course, you get manor houses, so if you can build those things super quickly, say hello to 20 new villa companions to get your economy jump started. You know, you start out with a lot of initial resources, but it doesn't last forever. Also, the British were very quick to start training dragoons from the stables. They're also following up with barracks to go in front of those stables, so we'll see if China can react quickly. China is making plenty of war academies. They're also starting out with some standard banner armies. They're also going to throw in some of the old Han armies, some of the Ming armies. So, really a variety of all the different banner units for the most part, at least the H2 ones anyways, you know. Kejiks, the Kwangs, also some territorial ones are coming in as well. And if I know this player very well, we're probably going to see a lot of siege coming in eventually. Yeah, I mean at this point, the Kwang pikemen are especially helpful because they're basically going to be able to hold off these hussars and dragoons pretty well. The Kejiks too will be able to help against the hussars in particular. Looks like another Russia play here. Since it's really not the ideal time to put a factory up right now with all these cavalry running around that can swing that wagon now. Probably just spamming out a bunch of the counter-dragoons and the Cossacks is probably appropriate right now. Culverins utterly useless in this situation, so don't focus too much on that. Now you're making the siege. Well, I'm afraid that the flamethrowers are going to be in direct peril as soon as those dragoons identify them, yeah. We'll see though, we'll see if they can do it. They are burning some of the cavalry units down, but it takes... Yeah, with that many sword slashes, they're not going to last very long. Truthfully, no. Not at all. Oh yeah, I mean, seriously, look at this stuff. Here comes the Changdao Swordsman, as well as the Counter Dragoons. Also a big stack of Culverins coming in the back near the consulate. Looks like China's finally getting a bit of a grip on their base now. Now they just have to clear out a bunch of these hussars and redcoats. The redcoats you can deal with pretty easily using the artillery, so I feel like now China really has a shot at getting this taken care of. They're running low on food though, so they really need to get that factory. Yep, that factory is right on food right now to make lots of sweet and sour chicken and peking raviolis for them. Keep them fed. As for the British have a couple of fish and chips left, so they're holding on a little bit better. They have plenty of wood though, so in terms, again, longbowmen, artillery, they definitely have the wood part down pretty good. So yeah, it looks like British are forced to going into sort of a longbow and redcoat comp, sending out a wave of dragoons with their food. Also some horse arty and howitzers as well, so they're already adding some other units in. But is that enough against the flamethrowers? We always see these flamethrowers take a pretty easy win here, especially when they're backed up with those flying crows and the culverins. Deadly part of China is they can obviously send them in an infinite shipment, so they never quite run out of those things as long as they have shipments coming in. Trust me, when you're getting that many kills in the battle constantly, you're going to have enough shipments to keep sending flying crows in. Just being sure not to queue up too many of them as to not prevent the training of the normal army. Alright, so now we got flamethrowers moving on to the horse arty. Now they're going to start to burn the artillery in the front lines. This is where we see the flamethrowers as the anti-artillery unit in disguise. Certainly the artillery can fight back with their quest damage, but still, if there's not enough of them in general, the flamethrowers can typically wipe them out. So much so that the British are going to have to retreat and try to reposition more in their territory now, hopefully having enough to do so. Not enough food for the infantry and cav component, but certainly enough coin for some artillery. How many vills right now if you're British? If you're British, you have about, how many is this? No, this is that. Yep, so they have about 37 vills. I'm pretty surprised, actually. It's almost as if they didn't queue up anything for the whole battle. I don't know if they felt like they were going to go all in and take the win. Yeah, I would have been queuing up at least one TC or something through all that, so you're not totally left vulnerable. Maybe start up on this moose up here, which near you, or maybe the moose down here. Yeah, because you had run-of-the-mill for a while and you could have gotten started on some of that food to keep up the momentum, because now China is able to keep up some sort of production thanks to, again, their infinite shipment of flying crows. Yep, they can keep doing that. They obviously have a little bit of export here, so they can send a batch of Cossacks here or there. And then, of course, they can certainly get a bit of food from more bear armies through the factories. That's how you'll get China, though, with Hussar. Yeah, I've run into that before. You know, strong hand cavalry can really threaten the Chinese. Yeah, don't mix it. Like, if he went full lifeguard Hussar, I feel like China would have had some problems there. Yeah. Because remember, you can't get those nice upgrade cards for the Quangs right off the bat because you don't have mercantilism, so there's a period of time where the Hussars are totally uncounterable. But I guess you could find a nice mercenary at the monastery too to deal with that. So post-game, British actually had more resources, but they fizzled out so quickly because they're going for the cavalry play. As for the kills though, actually British had a lot of kills because of that initial total destruction anarchy they were doing with the Hussars and Dragoons. Only because they mixed up too many Dragoons in there were the Chinese able to slowly claw back with their skirmish units and kick them out. And from there it was downhill. So that was a really quick and speedy one. Hopefully you enjoyed these quick little deathmatch 1v1s. If you like those as well as the longer ones with more people, always check out the channel for more of them. See you in the next cast of game we do. There's lots of them coming. Signing off right now.